Hey. I'm going to move my camera around a little bit here. Make sure we got the good lighting. It's not so good. There we go. How's it going? How are we doing today? Happy Monday. Happy May. It's a new month. It's a new week. It's a new day. Embrace it. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, I started my Monday off a little grumpy. Had my grumpy pants on. Had to fix that. Had to get out of my attitude. So today I wanted to make a video for you guys about 5 myths about women and weight loss. There's a lot of them floating around out there. But I'm gonna tackle 5 today. It's about all I can handle. But these are huge, huge myths. And a lot of women that I talk to still really believe some of this stuff. So I'm here to be like Superwoman, and tackle some of these myths. Also, I'm going to show you a workout at the end of this video that you can do at home, at the gym, wherever, at the park. You just need a set of dumbbells or a resistance band. Probably dumbbells would be best. I don't think I tested it with a resistance band, but I imagine you could make it work. Anyways, so let's tackle the top myths first. Top myths for women and weight loss. Let's see. There's a lot. And there's a lot because A, our bodies are all different, but B, also because a lot of times women tend to focus on weight loss and not overall health. You can lose 5 pounds in 3 days. That doesn't make it healthy, and that doesn't make it fat loss. So if you're looking to reshape your body, you want to look at overall fat loss, not weight loss. So the first myth that women often believe is that cardio is best. There are a ton of women out there that are still living in like 1980s Jane Fonda belief systems that believe that you've got to hit the treadmill for an hour, or you've got to go to that cardio class for an hour, or you've got to do whatever for a long period of time to lose weight, to lose the fat, to burn the calories. And that's not true. One of the biggest things that you can do to sabotage your metabolism is to do a bunch of cardio. Like if you're doing a crazy amount of cardio, like cardio every single day, and it's like an hour long, that's definitely going to crash your metabolism opposite to what you want it to do. Why? Because you're gonna burn a massive amount of calories. Chances are you're not gonna replenish those calories with calories in because you're probably reducing your diet. And so it's going to make your metabolism go the opposite way. The other thing is long bouts of cardio often burns off what we're trying to build. Long bouts of cardio actually will burn off your muscle first before it burns off your fat. Crazy, isn't it? And that's not what we want. We want to keep our muscle. We want to be strong, not strong. So long bouts of cardio, meaning that you're doing cardio like every day and it's all you ever do. You don't do resistance training. You don't do weightlifting. You just stick to getting your heart rate up, moving fast. And there's nothing wrong with cardio. Cardio is actually super necessary for your cardiovascular system and just overall general health. But the idea that you only need cardio and it needs to be intense and just as hard as you can go for a long, long period of time is not true. And it's actually counterproductive. Second myth, lifting weights will make women bulky. I know I don't have much, but seriously, bulky? We don't have the testosterone in our bodies to make us bulky. So guys have like, I don't know, totally ballpark range in here, like 80% more testosterone than we do. So there's a reason why when your boyfriend picks up the weight, he instantly is like, don't worry, that's not gonna happen to you. Oftentimes, the most sought after body type for women is achieved by lifting weights and lifting heavy. Lifting heavy also means that you are lifting in a weight range that you're burning out your muscle group. So if you're doing a squat and you've got weights at your shoulder loaded on your back on a barbell or whatever, if you're lifting heavy, that means if you're doing 10 reps, by the time you get to 8, you're on fire. And by the time you get to 10, it's like, whoa, I could almost not do that last one with good form. Lifting heavy does not mean you need to go throw 200 pounds on your back and drop it down low. No, you have to keep in mind that you've got to build up to that. But some ladies needs to be picking up some heavy weights, like at least a 15er sometimes. Chances are your toddler or your purse is pretty hefty, and you carry that sucker around all day, every day. So when you're working out, you need to pick up weights that are challenging, that make you struggle. When you're lifting weights, you are literally tearing your muscle, and that's a good thing. We want to literally tear it up because when we repair it, that's when the muscle grows. That's when it gets bigger, stronger, faster, etc., etc., etc. So you want to put as much stress on your muscles in a good way that you can via picking a weight range that's going to burn your booty out or your bicep out. The next myth is eating less is best. I don't know where this 1,200 calorie bullshit came from. Pardon my language, but that's what it is. But I fight it every day with my clients because a lot of women have done so much damage to their metabolism trying to eat 1,200 calories that now they can't eat more than 1,200 calories without gaining weight because they've crashed their metabolism so much. And I actually had to do some reverse dieting in the beginning myself because I had kind of always gone to one extreme or the next. Like I was binge eating or I was eating nothing. So I had to do some of that reverse dieting, and that's what it's called, in the beginning as well. But generally, you have a baseline burn, and it's different for everybody. It's different based on your muscle mass, your activity level, your age, all sorts of things. What do you do during the day? Do you have a desk job? Are you standing? But typically, most people burn more in a day just breathing than 1,200 calories. So if you're throwing in a bunch of, remember we talked about all that cardio you might be doing, and you've reduced your diet down to 1,200 calories, your body is going to fight itself. It's not going to give you the results you want because it's not getting what it needs to function for the workload that you're doing. So remember, food and calories are not bad. Like calories are not evil. It's energy. It's just energy. So when you're eating, start thinking of your food as fuel, as what your body needs to recover, as what your body needs to perform, not just something that tastes good. Oftentimes, it's kind of hard in the beginning because you're like, oh, I can't eat this and it's my favorite and it tastes so good and that doesn't taste as good. But make your food flavorful with spices, but then also remember that your body it's a functional machine. Like you need your body to survive. It needs to be functioning at its highest level. So you need to fuel your body. Don't eat 1,200 calories unless you sit on the couch all day long, don't work, you work a desk job and you weigh about $120 soaking wet. Like you probably need more than 1,200 calories. If you need any help with that equation, I know some equations that you can kind of plug your numbers into and get an amount that's probably closer to where you need to be. The fourth huge myth, and you guys have heard me say this before, the scale is the best measurement. Wrong. The scale is going to lie to you. It's there to make you feel terrible about yourself. Not really, but you could be doing great. You could be losing inches on your program. You could be eating great, following all your workouts, doing everything that you should be, and you can step on the scale and lose it all because it'll say you either didn't lose weight or maybe you might have gained a pound or two. And you're like, what the hell? I'm eating good, I'm doing all these workouts, and I gained 2 pounds. Shit, I'm eating cake. Okay, don't let that get to you. That's why the scale is evil. Okay, the scale can only measure the amount of bones and skin and fat and fluid in your body. Okay, it doesn't measure anything else. It doesn't really measure your progress. What does measure your progress? Measurements. I don't know how many women that I talk to, I'm so surprised when I'm like, are you taking measurements? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what? You're missing all the good stuff. You're missing the excitement. You're missing all the chances to celebrate your success, your goals, because it's all right there in the measurements. Dude, if I just followed my weight, technically, I wouldn't be that far ahead. I mean, 60 pounds over the last 3 years, that's not really a lot. But when I realized that I went from an 18 to a size 6, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of inches. So take measurements and pictures. A lot of people hate taking before pictures. I get it. Nobody wants to look at that in the beginning. You're like, I feel like crap, and great, now I gotta look at myself in a sports bra. Awesome. But in like 6 months, you're gonna love having it because it's gonna be the motivation you need to keep pushing. Where you came from, where you are now, where you're going. And it's not about after pictures. I don't call them after pictures. I call them during pictures because there's no real after. It's just a continuing process. So the last myth, and I want this one to die so bad, is that you can spot reduce fat. You cannot spot reduce your fat. Listen, you can do 1,000 ab workouts and your lower belly fat is not going anywhere. You can do 1,000 tricep workouts and this jiggle that you have under here isn't gonna go anywhere. Why? Because, sorry ladies, it comes down to nutrition. What you eat has the most effect on your body fat percentage. You can build the muscle up underneath, but to burn the fat off, you've got to do 2 things. Keep building the muscle so you use more energy, so that way it eventually eats the fat, but also your diet. Diet. You can do 1,000 crunches, 1,000 of them bitches, every single day, 4 times a day, and you're still not gonna get the lower 6-pack abs that you might be looking for. Okay, so the best way to work your core is also not a crunch. This is a bonus tip. Utilize working your core in everything you do. Don't squat in the Smith rack or the Smith machine, whatever it's called. I don't even have one. That's how much I hate them. But anyways, do things that make you utilize your core all over. Do things like yoga, things that are not just, I'm gonna crunch until the cows come home. It's old school thinking. Find new ways to work your core. There are a ton of fun core exercises that don't involve just crunching away. So now, you guys ready for the fun part? Any questions? I see a few of you on here. Any questions? Any questions? I don't see any. Now we're going to move into the workout. So I wanted to show you guys a workout that you could do at home, at the gym, in the park, wherever. Like I said earlier, you're just going to need a set of dumbbells. Please make sure you are safe. I don't care if you have 2-pound weights. Your form should be perfection. Okay? You have got to have good form when you're working out. It's going to utilize the most muscle recruitment, which is going to give you faster results than just picking up a heavy weight and having shit form. Okay? Anyone that tells you to pick up a heavier weight when you haven't perfected your form, tell them to shut up because they don't know what they're talking about. All right, let's lift. I'm going to move you guys around. Hopefully you can see. Can you see me this way? Is the light going to be all crappy this way? Should I sing you a tune? Can you see me? All All right, cool. Can you kind of see me? You can cut my head off. I've got no head. Like Lieutenant Dan, I've got no legs. No? Okay. Okay. I think we're ready. Here we go. So, whoa. Don't trip over your weights. That's tip number 1. So this is a circuit. So what a circuit means is that you're going to do 15 reps of each exercise, and then you're going to go back to the top. Okay? If you're a beginner, you might repeat this circuit 3 times. If you're pretty advanced, you might go all the way up to like 5 times. You want to pick a weight that has you pretty out of breath and tired at the end of the 15 reps, but not so exhausted that you can't continue for your next rounds. So pace yourself. These all are compound movements. That means that you're working most likely your upper and lower body at the same time. That way you are burning more calories, getting more muscles involved, and just overall working harder. We are going to do a squat press, is the first one, a deadlift to an upright row, a back lunge with a bicep curl, and a side lunge to a balance, and then we're going to do a single leg deadlift, and a ab move for a bonus at the end. I'm awesome. No, you're awesome, Leanne. Let's do this. Okay, so I've got 10s here. Now, notice what I just did. I bent my knees to pick up my weights. Yeah, I can bend over and pick those 10 pounds up, no problem. But most injuries when weightlifting come from moving the weights or shuffling around, not necessarily the exercise. So remember to keep your core tight, even when you're picking up small little weights on the ground, okay? Flat back, core tight all the time. Now, the first move, oh, wait a minute, Dannelle. You didn't warm up first. You can't just go working out before you do a warm up, right? Right. Don't do it. That's how injuries happen. Now, old school thinking tells me that you should probably hold a bunch of stretches for a long period of time. That's not true. You want to do a dynamic warm up, getting all of your muscles and joints recruited and involved, woke up, that you're going to work. So I like to do a quick high knees for 15 seconds. Okay? Then you're going to drop down into squats for 15 seconds. Parallel squats or lower, please, if you can. And then you're going to do some windmills forward. So rolling the shoulders, keeping that core nice and tight. Feet are together. I was just in a lunge to show you. Rolling it backwards. Again, keeping the core nice and tight. And then we are going to do some toe touches. Okay, stretching out those hamstrings. Straight leg. Exhale, pull it up. And then down to the floor for some knee push-ups. On your knees. That way you're warming up your shoulders. Okay? Even if you can do them on your toes, you're going to come down to your knees for your warm-up. Okay? Looking 3 to 5 inches out in front of you. Pushing up. Now, one straight line. This is not a push-up. On the tops of your thighs, right above your kneecaps, pushing down, exhaling as you're squeezing up in the chest. That is a push-up. Okay? No booties in the air. Booties down. All right, so now we're warmed up. We've done that warm-up twice. 15 seconds each move. Now, we're going to pick up our weights, and we're going to get into it. We're going to do 15 squat presses. So you're going to curl your weights up at your shoulder. Try to get to where you can see me. Feet are hip width apart. Okay? Elbows are tucked right underneath your wrist. No broken wrist. No leaning back. No leaning forward. That weight is directly right over that arm bone. None of this. None of this. Right over top. Okay? Feet hip width apart. Hips go back. Down. Press up. Now when you press up, you can't see me, but when you press up, you're going to press down and back in the shoulders. Now I know that sounds counterproductive, right? You're like, what? Press down in my shoulders, but I'm pressing up. As you press down in your shoulders, that will take your arms up. So you're going to press up, and back down. So it's gonna look like this as you get into it. Let me come closer. Up in my shoulders, no broken wrists, feet hip width apart, booty back, press up. Back, press up. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see that a little better. Down, press up. Down, press up. Weight is all in the heels in your squat. Lifting the front toes just a little bit. Okay? Ooh, somebody's rude. Nasty. From there, you're gonna go into a deadlift with an upright row. Lighting sucks, hold that thought. Da, da, da. I have to move you guys a little bit so you can see me. There we go. Da, da, da. So a deadlift to an upright row. Stiff leg deadlift. Feet are pretty narrow. They're right under your hips, okay? Shoulders are up, so back, shoulders back and pull down, chest is up. I call it laser nipples. You're gonna down, exhale, pull it up. So in the front, elbows are higher than your ears, okay? We go down, exhale, pull it up. Inhale, down, exhale, pull it up. From the side again. All right, next move, back lunge with a curl. Kind of self-explanatory, but you're gonna step back, curl it up. Okay, now, variation for this, you can always slow it down. You can always lunge back, curl, pull it in. See the difference? Curl, or no swinging the weights, no momentum. Ooh, next move, side lunge to a balance. So, weights frame the knee, flat back, pull up. Weights frame the knee, pull up. So from the side, flat back, weights frame the knee, pull up. Notice that tap that I had to do there? Nothing wrong with that tap. You can tap and then pull it up to balance, whatever works for you. Single leg deadlift. Some people call these a single leg squat, so it really just depends, but all same thing. Weights in the left hand. My body weight is on my right foot. You're going to bend your right knee, sink back into your booty, and go down, lift. Now that's a modified version. You're going to tap your toe back, lift it up. Otherwise, let that foot float back, tap, or foot floats back, lift. Now, only go as deep as you feel comfy, but bend that knee. You ready for your bonus ab move? This one takes a little coordination. You can do it on the floor, but I like the ball. And I've made a video of this one before, so you guys might be familiar when you see it. But there's no graceful way to get yourself on the ball. You just gotta hop up there, find a nice plank, solid position, and pull the hips up to the sky. Hike it up. Exhale, pull up. Pull. See, try it from a different angle so you can make sure you saw me. Da, 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 da. I feel like I'm in the circus. Ugh. Okay, so, cool. Nice plank position. Shoulder blades are spreading apart. So you're trying to push them towards your hands. Pull up and down. Adding that nice little pause at the top gives you an extra contraction. Any questions? Those are the moves. You're going to do 15 of each of those moves before you go back to the top. You're going to repeat a couple of times, 3 if you're a newbie, 5 if you're really advanced. Hey, maybe you only make it through 1. Totally cool. Next time you'll make it through 2. Maybe you use 5-pound weights the first time and 7.5 the next time. It's all about growth. Woo! You are your only competition, okay? It's not about me. It's not about whoever out there that looks better or does better. You are your only competition. So do what you can with what you have where you are, okay? I will write out somewhere and put up the workout that I showed you guys so you can have it. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you use it. Let me know how much it burns. And remember, the 5 myths. Don't be fooled, okay? They're all lies. Have a great day, guys. Happy Monday.